YouTubers, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you're watching this transmission. And I got a really interesting housing video here I want to post for you guys, or a real estate issue that's happening right now. And this could be happening in all English-speaking countries, especially going through this recycling of listings that's happening. I heard about this happening back in the 80s. This was happening, and let's read it and see what it says. Okay, recycled listings mean Canada's housing market data may be misleading. Oh, you don't say. Everything's been misleading to this point, right? You've likely heard about the slowdown in the once hot housing markets in Toronto and Vancouver, but what you may not know is that, unlike with many other aspects of the economy, virtually all the data about housing comes from the industry itself. The local monthly updates provided by real estate boards across the country and nationwide report from the Canadian Real Estate Association and mid-month are behind just about any period you read in this country about home sales and prices. Now, in the face of the slowdown that's hitting realtors right in the pocketbook, we have word that maybe some of the data these realtors are providing may not be all that reliable. You don't say! Wow! A realtor is gonna lie to us? Why? People don't lie. You know the worst thing you could call somebody back at the turn of the century, well, before the turn of the century and going back to the time of Moses, was a liar. If you called somebody a liar, that's like, whoa, you're looking for a fight. That's like huge. Now it's like, yeah, whatever. A recent article in the Globe and Mail, behind the subscriber paywall, flags a disturbing trend. Realtors in struggling detached home market in Vancouver are recycling listings, pulling homes that aren't selling off the market, then bringing them back as supposedly new listings at lower price. So here's the problem with this, guys. Days on the market, DOM, days on the market, is crucial, phenomenal. Especially when you're running comparables between homes and you're looking at comparables in the area and then seeing how long they take to sell and who sold in the area for how much. This is like crucial information when doing appraisals. When someone goes out and appraises a home, they look at comparables, they look at not only the square footage, I mean, they look at the comparables, and then they look at days on the market. And once you start fudging that, you have no idea how big of a problem this is. So a newly built home in Burnaby's Capitol Hill at $2.599 million. The listing expired 7 times and reappeared at a lower price until the unit sold it passed for $1.9 million. The listing boasted on his website, house only took 89 days to sell. The asking price was $1.9. He made no mention about his website of the house been listed and relisted several times for more than a year and had come down in price by 600 large. See? Oh, yeah. So you're going to trust like slime. Slime. This practice distorts the data about housing market. It makes it seem as if houses are selling quickly, and when they're not. And it makes it seem as if houses aren't seeing price cuts when they are. In other words, it's obscuring the reality of Vancouver's housing correction. Because they are recycling listings, the data consistently paint a prettier picture, Mortgage Sandbox CEO David Stroud told the Globe. Equally problematic is the effect on homebuyers, who may have no idea how many times the house has been relisted, and may easily be under the false impression that the home they are looking at is a fresh listing and will sell quicker. In other words, the data manipulation may well be pushing people to spend more on their homes than they otherwise would have. So they're like, oh, it was just listed 3 days ago. Come and see this, honey. Look, it's got a fireplace. Look, honey, it's got a rooftop patio. Oh my God, it's only been on the market for 3 days. I bet you no one's seen this house, and it's been sitting on the market for a year. Guys, if you want to buy a house right now in this market, fine. I'm not telling you not to. Go see it first. Go see how long it's been on the market. Go back a few months later if it's been sold. Go back and see if the for sale sign's still there. If it is, it didn't sell. They're just gonna relist it. It's very dirty pool. Very, very dirty pool. This couldn't happen. For example, in the U.S., where real estate listing sites offer far more information about house for sale than they do listing sites in Canada. For instance, in the United States, United States site, you can typically find a history of the home's previous listings on the market and asking and selling prices. If someone pulls that house off the market and relists it at a lower price, the buyer will know that. But in Canada, real estate boards keep a tight lid on the information provided in home listings. Previous asking prices and previous listings are nowhere to be found, and they are fighting tooth and nail to keep it that way. Of course they are, because they want to cheat you. The Toronto Real Estate Board has been embroiled for years in a battle with the Competition Bureau to keep exactly this kind of information off the listing sites. Oh my God, God forbid you know the history of the house and what's been happening. Oh, God forbid you're going to spend $2 million on a house that's probably realistically worth $390,000. God forbid. Simply put, they're trying to trick you into upping your bids. The industry defends these practices, arguing that publishing this kind of info would be a violation of home sellers' privacy. A weak argument at best. So there it is. Listing, price, tax history. Vancouver justify the lack of realtor in Vancouver justify the lack of information in the Globe article like this. If the house sits on the market for long, there tends to be a certain type of buyer who starts sniffing around. So think maybe your client is desperate now, or maybe there's something wrong with the property. In other words, you get offers from people trying to get a better deal on the home. So what's wrong with that? How shocking and outrageous. How dare they ask for a better deal? Let's stop and put this into context. According to recent data from Royal Bank of Canada, home ownership costs in Canada are now at their highest they've ever been in nearly 3 decades. To finance this, Canadians have to run up near record level of household debt, around $1.70 of debt for every dollar disposable income, one of the highest consumer debt levels in the developed world. So for every dollar of this, for $1.70 of debt for every disposable dollar income. Someone just punched me in the gut. There's the GDP ratio, Canadian household debt ratio. In the midst of this, realtors are busily working to make sure house prices stay high. But that should be expected. They earn a percentage of the sale price, and the higher the house price, the more they make per home sold. What shouldn't be expected is the same people who make money off the higher house prices should also be the people reporting on the housing market. It's time for an impartial party to take on the task of collecting this data, and obvious candidate in Statistics Canada. StatsCan already publishes a new house pricing index, but it's of limited use. It comes with a 2-month delay, and while it's apples to apples in comparison to the housing costs per square foot, is useful. It tells nothing about the overall conditions in the market. It's time for StatsCan to take on all other data as well. Average selling prices, days on the market, sales to listing ratios. After all, if these agency feels keeping tabs on marijuana prices is a national prerogative, home sales must surely also qualify. Oh, like for sure. Realtors keep reminding us that a house is the single largest purchase or investment most of us will ever make. Shouldn't we have the best possible data with which to make that decision? I mean, yeah, I keep saying it's the most important asset you'll ever buy in your entire life. I don't care if you're buying 4 houses. It's still the important asset you're ever going to buy in your life. So this is disgusting. Disgusting. Absolute dirty pool. Dirty pool fudging the numbers, and then when you look at comparables, you're not sure what to believe anymore. This is disgusting, especially when they go out to do an appraiser. An appraiser goes out and appraises a property. It's going to be all fudged numbers. They're going to have to. It's going to have to come back a bit higher because the house down the street sold for after 2 weeks on the market. So it's just going to destroy the numbers. Anyways, guys, I want to know what you guys think about this video. Recycled listings, misleading. I mean, what a surprise, eh? Let me know. Comment below. Yeah, I'm not even going to go there. I don't want this video to be flagged. Let me know. Comment below.